Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, the last episode of Markov Manor. Murder of Karlov Manor. I always forget the names. Anyways, so this deck is one of my own creation that I absolutely love, and as I'm playing through it today, you will see the insane sort of upside, the insane sort of things that this deck can actually do. So it's a play on the lands deck that everyone has been running in Mythic, that is the Brokers Hideout, Cabaret Courtyard, and then bring them back with was it Aftermath Analyst. That's kind of the idea of the deck that I wanted to reshape. So some of the theme of the deck is still there. We have 4 Aftermath Analysts, we have 3 Nissa Resurgent Animist, and then 4 Broker Hideout, 4 Cabaret Courtyard, to continuously getting lands from our deck. We gain life, we get value from extra mana. But with those extra mana, who needs World Soul Fire, World Soul Rage, when we got something insane going on? So the combo that I actually want to do is Jinnie Fey, Jetmir 2nd, the card I love with the flying the flying sharks, but this time we're gonna combo it with Glistening Dawn. Incubate X twice, where X is the number of lands we control. So when we control, let's say, 7 lands, which is not very hard to do with all these cycling, with all these land ramps. If we control 7, we're incubating 7 twice. But Jinnie Fey turns them into, let's say, 2/2 cats, right? That's a 2/2 haste with 7 +1/+1 counters on them, which, if you do the math, are 2 9/9s. 2 9/9s. 18 worth of damage. That's insane. You'll see in today's game exactly how that happens. So the rest of the deck is kind of the shells to bring that out. So we have a lot of Reanimator in terms of helping hand, and Return Triumphant to bring Jinnie Fey back, to bring Aftermath Analyst back, to bring Nissa back. So this deck also has a lot of recursion. Along with that, we also have Cosmic Rebirth to help with that recursion. Cosmic Rebirth can also be used to target Shigeki. Well, the other two as well. It can be used to target Shigeki so that we can get that infinite cycle from our graveyard back into play. Now, along with that, we have the rest of the cards, a very simple shell of Royal Treatment for protection, Sunder the Gateway to destroy an artifact or an enchantment, but also incubate 2. And then we have 3 Virtue. I don't have the 4th Virtue, so I slotted in a Bootleggers Stash. This works really well with this deck as well, because each land we control now have tap created treasure token. But with Jinnie Fey, that's not a treasure token. Each land becomes tap create a 2/2 cat, that's haste. Or a 3/1 dog, that's vigilance. But normally, with how aggressive the current standard must be, we're just gonna make cats and haste them to death, right? So if we have 4 lands, that's 4 2/2s, so we can attack for 8. Even with just lands on the board, we can turn them into threats. So that's kind of the idea of the deck, right? So in the 1-drop, we're going to have 4 Helping Hands, 2 Royal Treatments. In the 2-drop, we're going to have 2 Return Triumphant, 2 Sunder the Gateway, 4 Aftermath Analyst, and 1 Shigeki, right? This is the regular sort of shell that you would run in the lands deck anyways. In the 3-drop, we're going to have 3 Nissa Animus, Nissa Resurgent Animus, 4 Cosmic Rebirth, and 4 Jinnie Fey. I don't actually have a 4th Nissa. If I have a 4th Nissa, I'll definitely run that. Maybe I'll cut a Bootlegger Stash, right? It's good, but it's not insane as far as the combo go. The insane part of the combo is on the 4-drop, we have Glistening Dawn. In the 5-drop, 1 6-drop because I don't have 3 or 4 Virtue, and then with the 7-drop, we have Virtues, 3 of them. Virtue can be cast as a 1-drop to bring a creature or a land back from graveyard to hand, or pay 7 to make our mana, really wide. And if we have that much mana with all the Virtue, then we can keep cycling Shigeki and then haste them all in 1 turn anyways. The rest of the land base, pretty standard. We're gonna have 8 of the fetch lands. We're gonna have 12 basic lands, 6 planks, 6 forests, and then we have the channel lands, 1 in Ganjo and 1 Boseiju. We can also channel these and bring them back with the Aftermath Analyst. And then we have other lands that does stuff, 1 Blast Zone, 1 Demolition Field, 1 Field of Ruin, and 1 Mirix. These are 2 to destroy lands. This can destroy basically anything, and then just bring it back with Aftermath Analyst. And then the Mirix basically can tempo out a control opponent. So that's what this deck does. I call it the haste lands. Got 26 lands in the deck, which is not a lot for these kind of search lands, kind of the search lands ramp deck. But We don't want that many lands because the deck is not to just crank out lands until we can draw the card that we need, right? We don't have that combo of the World Soul Fire, World Soul Rage, I forgot what it's called. But what we do have is Nissa. One very important thing about Nissa's landfall is that you reveal the top card of your deck. The second time a landfall triggers, you reveal the top card of your deck until you get an elemental or an elf. Now, what a normal deck does is they uses that to get the Aftermath Analyst. That's an elf detective, right? Yeah, but you know what else is an elf? Jinnie Fay. She's an elf. So we actually can use Nissa to fetch out Jinnie Fay, and therefore the combos are a lot more consistent because we have Nissa as sort of a pseudo tutor in the deck. So that's what makes this deck really fun to play. I recommend you playing it, but this is the last day of the meta. Tomorrow everything changes. I don't know what's gonna happen, but if you really want to try this out, I still think it's a fun deck, even in a new meta. I just really love Jinnie Fay. She's such a good card. Turns all tokens into haste creatures and just bursts out your opponent. And it combos so well with Incubator because it turns them into gigantic beasts. That's really all I got. Let's go into the games. Alright, let's see what kind of opponent we're going to have. It's Jukai. Opponent goes first. That's unfortunate. We got Shigeki, but nothing else really to help us ramp out. Is this good enough of a hand? Probably not. Not better, but also not worse. So we'll go with it. Do we just toss back to Shigeki? It's kind of slow, but it can help us ramp a little. So if that's the case, do we put back the Broker Hideout? I should have put back the Glistening Dawn, honestly. I don't think that's that good of a card right now. Let's go search for Planks. Alright, so Golgari. I don't think Golgari has that many exiles. They definitely have removal. So we gotta be a little bit careful with the removal that one might throw at us. Do we Virtue here? That's a sorcery. We can give back the Broker's Hideout. Or we can cheat out a removal this way. I don't think it's that useful, honestly. So we'll put a Shigeki out there. It's probably just going to get removed. But we'll see. No removal. That's interesting. Maybe he's letting it out. If he wants to see what's going on. But he's probably going to remove the Shigeki. If our opponent knows what's up, that would be the right play. The Shigeki ability is actually really good for this deck because we mill, and I want to put things in the graveyard. It's going to rob one card from me. That's interesting. Why would they rob one card? It's not likely for them to get a good card to rob out of us. Let's see. We could definitely Aftermath. We don't actually have enough mana to do anything now that we have one white and we draw another white. So we're probably landing a land this turn. Right? Or we can return to Shigeki and see what we can get out of that. I think that's probably warranted. Let's try it. We get a Field of Ruin. That's not what I wanted to see, but it's a land. Alright, now we have 4 mana. We ramped a little bit, and we can actually use Virtue to get the next thing. Have a ready Courtyard, which I don't know if you want to put it into my graveyard opponent. That's not a good play. Alright, we get this land right here. So we actually need another green, right? That's really funny. Alright, so I should not have played that land this turn. Oh well, so I can't really play anything other than another Shigeki. Maybe I do that and let them kill my Shigeki. Do I want that to happen? Or I play the Aftermath Specialist. They'll kill the Aftermath Specialist, and then I'll bring it back with the Return Triumphant Return. Is that a good play? I really need another land, right? So I'll play it this turn. To mill myself for 3. Let's hope that they don't have both removal and also a exile ability. So far, nothing. This is banned. No, not banned. Absent. Which is kind of funny. Absent Steel. Absent Steel with Buried. Yeesh. Oh, that's real bad for me because I can't stop the Buried. But I can break the Death Cap. I think I get a green mana that's untapped, right? So let me get a green mana first. will them target. Protect the specialist with a royal treatment. They can cut down the specialist, but I can at least get it back next turn with the Triumphant Return. Alright, they did not kill it, which means now my specialist can just attack, because that's ward. Actually, they can't actually cut it down anymore, because it's 2-4 and has ward, so it's not very easy for him to get rid of. We will attack. We will attempt an attack. They have one black mana. I wonder what they can do. That's really weird. So I can bring back, with Virtue, I can bring back Nisa. That is about really all I can bring back right now, which may be just good enough. I want to activate the Aftermath Analyst on their turn, so I get all the mana on my turn. Groundbreaker. Ooh, if they're gonna mill me, am I gonna be happy about that? That is very, very wrong to do. You can get one of my lands, yeah. Alright, let's get a... I want more forests. For some reason I have all this plains. And all the mana that I want to cast are forest space. So let's just get all the forests out first. Alright, I don't actually need to reanimate this because I got the Jinnie Fae. How many lands I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, there's 5, right? Plus 3. So Jinnie Fae is not a lot of mana. This is where the interesting cards come in. This is why I tech this deck. I'll tap this. You know what? That's fine. Incubate twice. You know what happens when I incubate twice? Cats. Cats. That's 2 12-12s. How would you like to block 2 12-12s? GG. They got 1 black mana. Maybe they're cut down. I don't know what they have. But 1 black mana against 2 12-12s. Haha! The cats did their thing. Okay, our opponent's gonna beat the Jetini. Jetini? Dratini? It's a jet though. Oh, we get to go first. We got 2 lands, or actually 3 lands, and a specialist. We can try it. Get ourselves a green, and trick our opponent into thinking we're playing that deck. We're not. Alright, they put this land out, which is interesting. That means they might hold up a counter spell, right? So what I want to do here maybe is just the Aftermath. We'll mill 3 cards. Not the 3 cards I wanted to mill, but, you know, seems like we're not going to draw a land in a while, too. Collector's Funds. Oh boy. Ha! They're about to get teched. Alright, destroy target non-token artifact or enchantment, and incubate 2. You just got teched, buddy. I get another green. I don't need 2 white in this deck, but I definitely need a lot of green. Not even attack. Modern Age. This is funny. So they want to get lands, probably, and what I want to do is also get lands. Do I have the Virtue to get a land? That's gonna feel bad. Okay, I don't, but I also do, right? Because what I can do right now is play Nisa, but Nisa doesn't do anything. I can also return these 2 Cabaret Courtyards to give me to 6 mana. That might be something. If I play Nisa here, right, he can't get rid of both creatures. He can only get rid of 1. So, I'll do that. I'll add a white. I'll use both mana just to kind of aggressively push against him a little bit. Make him feel pressured. He has not enough mana. At most, he'll have 3. So if he has to cut down and go for the throw, he can get rid of both of these creatures. Alright, is that combo with the Repository Scab? What can I actually bring back with the Virtue here? Nothing important. Another Modern Age? If we have so much mana, we might be able to just burst them with Jinnie and the two things, right? But they can get off next turn if they have the right draws. So let's Field of Ruin. We'll add a green. We'll use this mana, the Field of Ruin mana, and we'll use a green mana to activate the Analyst. This only returns, I think, 2 lands. So the 2 lands that we return will get green. We'll get green. And then it will give us 2 lands. We'll get a white. We'll get a green. And a... Well, we got a white, so let's get a green mana. We'll also add another green. So we have 4 now. So with those 4 mana, I have 2 lands in the graveyard, and Aftermath Analyst is not going to get me anywhere, is it? So I can return the Aftermath Analyst with the Virtue, or I can try to play the Virtue, which doesn't do anything. Alright, so none of these cards are that great right now, which means that I want to Aftermath Analyst. Mill 3. I only mill 1 land here, so now I have to do this again. This returns 3 lands from the graveyard, right? So I can trigger these a bunch of times. We get green, green, green. We'll get white. We'll add a white mana. And we'll get green. We'll get another white, and we'll add a green mana this time. Alright, so now what I can do is play the Virtue and return something. I can only return a creature or a land, right? So, just have to return the Jinnie or the Aftermath Specialist. I want to return the Aftermath Specialist, but it's a lot of wasted mana this way, honestly. If I play 3 mana, I'll have 2 mana left to do something, but for the Cosmic Rebirth, right? So that is not that good either. So let's just return the Specialist. Then we'll play the Specialist. Know some more cards, and now there's nothing we can actually play. We have to go to combat. We have a stick for some reason. I don't know if there's anything we can play with the stick. There isn't, so I don't know what the stick is for. Is there? No. It's just that we have mana floating, so Arena doesn't know what to do with that. So, does he combo off on us this turn? Because if he doesn't, we will combo off on him next turn. Oh, the Glistening Dawn. I really need it back now. This would have been a great card. Alright, they discard the Siege, which means they can't combo off this turn. That's good. Lightness Looter. So he's down to 1 mana. He has a cut down on my Aftermath. Oh boy. Alright, so we're gonna get double hasters from our Glistening Dawn. They have to block, right? Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if I pay 7, if I pay 7, right, I would have 3 mana left. 3 times 3 is 9. That helps me play both of these. So I can actually Virtue and then or I can Cosmic Rebirth into an Aftermath Analyst. That might also be relevant, because I can get a lot of mana out that way too. But I really wanted to Jinnie here to show them what's up. Another set of 12-12s. You gotta block both of the 12-12s or you die. You gotta block both. Yep. I guess they have a combo somewhere. This just returns as a flyer. They have exactly 4 mana, and they GG'd me. So yeah, no combo for you, combo for me. Okay, our opponent's gonna be Vince72. Oh, better not Vince at me. Opponent goes first. We got Aftermath Analyst, so I will keep this hand, but really we can't do anything else. So hopefully we get somewhere with this. Hi. They're playing green. They're playing green. Let's see who's more green than the other. They can't be just green, right? Something else is happening here. If they're playing a lands deck and we're playing a lands deck, oh, we're gonna burst the heck out of them. Unless they burst out of us first. Who knows, right? They're playing a lands deck. Green-white. No, they're playing Ozolith. Ozolith? Fae. Not what I wanted to mill. Virtue also can't bring back artifacts. Only creatures or lands. That is hurtful. Spirited Companion. I could Nisa, but I feel like Nisa will probably just get removed, right? So, I guess the question is, do we not play Nisa this turn? If we're not playing Nisa, what else are we doing? Bring back Jinnie Fate? I could Helping Hand the Jinnie Fate. Will that be relevant here? Actually, I want a Helping Hand and Glistening Dawn on the same turn. So this turn, what am I doing? I guess I'm playing Nisa this turn. Blast Zone, play Nisa. I'll even attack. Show our opponent what's up. Probably shouldn't have attacked here because I'm just walking into an Emperor now. But if he Emperors me, I think I can hold attack. Calyx, Guided by Fate. He's gonna make this Spirited Companion big. But that's fine, it doesn't do anything to me. Alright, our opponent tapped himself out, so they're in a world of pain. Let me show them what's up. Here, Brokers Hideout. We'll add a white. Then he'll die. We'll get a land. We'll add a green. Alright, so now we have 4 mana. Actually, we have 5 mana, so I can Helping Hand. If I Helping Hand, that's 1 white mana. I still have enough to activate the... okay, so 1 plus 4, right? That's actually not a lot of land, so I will get 2/6/6. That's not the end of the world for our opponent. So instead, what I can do is I will activate the Aftermath Analyst. Let that die. I will get 4 mana this way. So I will get white, green. This goes into the graveyard. I'll get a Planks, but I will add a green mana. And this goes into the graveyard. I will get a green land and green mana. So then now I will use 1 mana from Helping Hand to bring back my good old friend Jinnie. And then with Jinnie, we can cast the Glistening Dawn for the cats. Alright, how would you like to take exactly 19? Better block or you die. Okay, you die. Math, how does that work? Take that. Every time. This combo is sickening. It's so good. Look at this. I just played 1 card for 1 mana to bring back the Jinnie Fate, and then 4 mana to play 16/16 on board with haste. Oh man, somebody's gonna break this combo somehow, one day. Next we're gonna play against Takashin. Alright, Fairy Avatar, opponent goes first. We have ramp, but I'm getting the feeling I'm gonna get countered a lot. No, Boros. Alright, never mind. Trash deck for trash players. I guess we had to get a white here. Kind of funny. Well, Boros definitely get to go first every game, so that's nice. Resolute Reinforcement main phase, because of course, why not? get our Analyst life to pretend to block a little. We milled one land. It's something, right? Milling a land is something. I want to mill all 3 lands, but not with my luck. We got 2 Glistening Dawns too. Alright, they're taking a turn off to Night Arenas. Draws 2 cards, 2 1-drops. We'll play a Nisa maybe? Or we can Aftermath Analyst and hope to get no. We'll play a Nisa here. They'll probably case me. But there's nothing else we can do here. We could play the Cosmic Rebirth to bring back a land, just so that next time we can bring back 2 more lands. I don't know how relevant that would be. No case because they warded. And if they attack, I can't even block. That's fun. Let's see how he attacks though. He has 1 Mirrors. So his aggro plan is not going the right way. I can also take out his Battlefield Forge, so he's got to choose between 1 of 2 colors. Alright, Field of Ruin will give me 2 mana, right? Field of Ruin, 1 mana from the land that comes in, and 1 mana that he can tap for. So 2 mana, which is not much. This land deck is not giving me lands. So what can I do then? Probably nothing. Still should do it, right? The Field of Ruin. That can give me another mana that I need to play another Aftermath Analyst. Or even Shigeki. Or I can just hard cast Shigeki. Or I can cast the Cosmic Rebirth at the end of our opponent's turn to try to do something. It's not much. But I need to do this slowly. Alright, they still don't have a land that's good for me. But they are getting to that aggro stage where I can't stop anymore. Boar's wide. They also didn't attack with a Night Errant for some reason. That was kind of weird. Scry to the bottom. Are they going to do it again? That's got to be their whole board if they want to do it again. Which, I mean, at least with this deck, gaining life matters, right? They do! They do it again. Ha! do. Alright, Scry to the top, so they want that land. Let's get rid of that somehow if I can. Have to take this. Can't block it. I can choose a permanent from my graveyard and put it into play. So, Brokers Hideout. Yeah, take action. It will give me a mana, which will just go away. I don't know. White? Get a green. Green. And I can't really use those 2 mana, so it'll go away. Now, I have 4 mana that I can use to sack. I get 2 lands. Green. Green. Another Nisa. This dies. Gives me a land. Green. This dies, gives me a land. We'll also get green. I don't know. Just keep getting green. So then we'll play the Analyst. Analyst 1. Mill 3. Analyst 2. Mill 3 more. Alright, now we have a board that I can pretend I can gain life with. So with Nisa on board, it should be okay, but he can definitely case me. If he case me, I'll lose my Nisa. I still have 6 mana. He doesn't case me. He plays the Evangelist, which, I mean, it's something, but it's not going to immediately have effects. Is he going to keep pumping the warding? He can do that, but I'll give him a lot more life than the effect will take place, right? And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lands I'll bring back with the Aftermath Analyst. So that's going to be a lot. But even with all those, right, I don't know. Actually, you know what? Let's Mirrors first. We'll add a green. We'll use some of that to activate our Field of Ruin. I'll activate our Aftermath Analyst. Or do we activate the Field of Ruin first? Because that'll give me an extra mana. I can pop one of his lands. No, I have 2 Aftermath Analysts. I think it's fine. So just keep going with this. Green. 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 I'm just gonna get green mana. Green. Alright, I have 10. So this is actually no 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 14 mana. If I use the Aftermath Analyst, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's just plus minus 0 here, right? I could use the Field of Ruin. This way I'll get an extra mana. But I think I have one. I think I only have 1 planes left, right? There's 5 planes here and 6 forests here. So I have 1 planes left in the deck. I can just get that off with the Aftermath Analyst anyways. So I don't actually get much out of this. But this is going to be 6 mana to get 6 mana. That's actually no, 6 mana to get 7 mana. So I have basically 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This costs 3. That gives me enough for 3 more. Oh, okay, that's what I want to do. Green, 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 green. That goes away. Gives me a land. Green. Decline. No more land draws for the deck. Decline. Also decline. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, right? So gotta be careful with how the taps shape out, but I think they'll be fine. So, Glistening Dawn for haste. Haste. 16, 16 haste. Glistening Dawn for haste. Haste. 16, 16 haste. Glistening Dawn for haste. Haste. 16, 16 haste. So I got 6, 16, 16 haste. If he blocks 4 of them, or he blocks, yeah, if he blocks 4 of them, actually he blocks 5, then the 1 16, 16 haste goes through, he dies. Alright, we got him. Take that, Boros, and your, look at this. Look at these cats. Cats rule the day, and Boros rules the day. That's just terrible play altogether. I love this deck. What can I say? It's not great when, you know, your opponent mono reds you and you have no draws, but when you actually hit the curve, this Glistening Dawn, 4 mana, 2 16/16 haste creatures. Yo, how's that fair? What kind of magic are we playing here? All right, that's fun game we had. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you've seen those games, did you enjoy that experience of us creating 2 16/16 or 18/18 creatures and just watch our opponents squirm, right? Or actually, it was 2 9/9. Or I think they weren't 2 16/16s. They're huge boards, right? And basically, we'll watch our opponents squirm and try to see if they can block. Do they not block? What they don't know is we can keep doing this. We can keep going. We got recursion in the deck. We have multiple Glistening Dawns, and when we stick these creatures on board, even Boros shake in their little horse dealies. They're scared of what we can contribute to the board. The creatures we generate, the incubators that turn into cats, they're bigger than Emrakul. Think about that. And they have haste. This is so good. I love it. This is such a janky deck, but so fun to play. That's really all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed those games, right? I cut out a lot of games where I just got aggressively beat down by mono red, where they do turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, and by turn 3 I'm already dead. And in those kind of scenarios, there really isn't much I can do with any deck, really, unless I'm specifically teching against those. A lot of life gain in this deck does help in most matchups, but you got to remember, the life gain is not as big as the other lands deck, because we only have 8 of these and there's only 26 lands. So it really is doing the math in your head and figuring out, can I get to Jinnie and Glistening Dawn as quick as possible? Then that combo, which looks like it costs 7 mana, but in one of the games you probably saw, Helping Hand and Glistening Dawn add together is only 5 mana. And if you have, let's say, tap lands, just tap lands, right? We had 6, right? No, I think we had 7 or 8 tap lands, and all those lands came into play tap, so we can't really use that turn, but just having that 5 mana coming out of Nissa help us got to 18 worth of damage on its own. So that's how our opponent just quit. This is fun. This is absolutely fun. I highly recommend this deck. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time in a Thunder in my Junction.